Welcome one and all to the Cinegeeks podcast where movies, TV, and all things geek collide. I'm Roy.
I'm Angela.
And for today's episode, we will be talking about a couple of new releases na surely magte-trending na naman amongst Pinoy netizens.
Yes.
Okay, I'm very sure.
It's already trending actually.
Actually.
Oo.
Half of it actually. Piling yung isa magte-trending ng malala paglabas nito.
True.
Yes, and we will be talking about first, Sampung Utos kay Josh, directed by Marius Talampas, written by Sherwin Buenvenida, starring a powerhouse cast of comedians and comic actors led by Gerald Napoles, Pepe Herrera, and the Cool Pals.
Yes!
Idol. Woo! Okay, and also, Incognito, the Netflix TV show.
It's actually ranked at number 1,
Yes.
I think, in Philippines.
Top 1 na TV show.
Oo.
Of course, starring Ian Veneracion, Richard Gutierrez, Baron Geisler, Daniel Padilla, Kyla Estrada, Anthony Jennings, and Maris Racal.
But before we continue, we'd like to remind everyone who hasn't done so to please follow our pod wherever you listen to podcasts like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube.
Yes, and also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Threads, Letterboxd, and Blue Sky, so you can join in on the fun. And also, visit our website, www.cinegeekspod.com, for the latest in movie and TV news and reviews.
And send us your questions, suggestions, and feedback to our email address, cinegeekspod@gmail.com. And by the way, please join us on our Facebook group called Cinegeeks PHHQ. There, you can interact with us and with your fellow Cinegeeks as well.
Yes. Now that we have all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about Incognito. In search of redemption, a crew of misfits joins a private military company on a series of deadly missions against the criminal underworld. Ooh. Okay.
But parang lahat laging horror. Ooh.
Kasi ooh. Siyempre pala exciting, di ba?
Okay. Pang-suspense.
Pang-suspense.
Okay.
So, Incognito is, of course, streaming now on Netflix.
Yes.
Pero hindi lang siya sa Netflix. Alam ko, pinapalabas din siya sa Kapamilya Channel on YouTube.
On YouTube.
If I'm not mistaken. Yes. Of course, created by Star Creatives and Studio 360. Yes. Action na series.
Parang nga siyang may pagka-procedural eh.
Meron.
Diba?
Oo. Actually, sige. Baka mauna pa ako sa gusto ko sabihin. Sige, simulan na natin itong natin.
Okay.
Ange, what did you think of Incognito? Actually, hindi pa yung buo The first 7 episodes?
First 7 episodes.
Sige, first 7 episodes of Incognito, what did you think about it?
So far, it's reminiscent of the early 2000s, late 90s procedural na mga shows like SWAT. Remember that?
Okay.
Although hindi kasi siya episodic. Hindi siya one case per episode.
Hindi.
Pero meron siyang arc, kumbaga.
Oo, tama.
So parang it's a band of misfits put together, parang Suicide Squad, ganon.
Actually.
Tapos, syempre, these are random and parang odd pairings yung mga personalities nila. Pero somehow, they make it work.
Yes.
Pero it's very early on to say and to explore their characters. Kumbaga, medyo hindi pa tayo napupunta dun sa meat of the story. Pero so far so good. I'm liking what I'm seeing, especially sa visual niya. Yung kanyang cinematography and yung action. Ikaw, how about you? What did you think of the first 7 episodes?
First 7 episodes. Kung sa'yo, ang structure niya reminds you of yung procedural. Ito lang sa akin. And siguro, I mean, probably I'm late to the game, if I may, na baka ganito na yung way na mga drama is released. It reminds me of, alam mo yung dating Doctor Who?
Wow.
Yung old Doctor Who. Hindi ko sasabing ganun yung
As
niya.
in,
Yung
RTD version?
Hindi pa. Yung old classic Who.
Wow.
Yung tipong isang buwan or 2 buwan, iisa lang yung kwento. Para siyang yung The Cursed Child. Hindi man, wala mang Cursed Child. Alam ko Harry Potter yun. For example, yung Cursed Child, yun yung adventure ni Doctor. Kumbaga. May yung week 1, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. So, ganun siya. Pero yun kasi weekly yun eh. Ito daily. Yeah. So, parang ganun yung kind of structure that reminds me of nitong Incognito. In terms of the story and yung action, okay, I was absolutely and pleasantly surprised.
Same.
Na talagang sobrang, I didn't expect to love this as much as I did. Hindi ko lang siya like, hindi ko lang siya like, I love this show.
Wow!
I love this show. Kasi, alam mo yung...
parang we were just curious. Kasi bakit siya nagtatapon. Tapos ang dami na rin nagsasabi na, oh my God, you should see this show.
Ang dami na. Diba? Tama eh.
Parang ang dami nang nag-hype. Tapos parang ang sabi ko, totoo ba? Totoo ba yung hype?
Yes, oo. And ang nakakatuwa kasi when we watched the first 7 episodes, the action pa lang. My God. Alam mo yung nakakapanood tayo ng pakonti-konti ng mga show ni Coco. Pag napapadaan tayo sa Kapamilya Channel, pag nanonood tayo ng balita. Yung mga ganun.
Ang naisip ko yung Coco, ha?
Disney Pixar. Yung Disney Pixar.
Remember me.
Oo. Yung...
Ni Coco Martin. Kompletuhin mo.
Sorry. Parang naging Coco bigla.
Kasi ang naisip ko bigla yung Disney Pixar na Coco eh. What?
Yung biglang okay na, parang naman, puro naman bungo dun eh. Anong tawag dito? Yung dito sa Incognito, okay? I thought na the action would remind me of yung mga parang nasa yung Balang Quiapo, yung Provinciano. And this is not to knock those shows. Okay? Kasi they wouldn't last as long as they did. If people didn't appreciate
the appeal of it.
Exactly. Pero kasi, if I may, si Coco, the way he does action is so very classic.
FPJ style. Well, yun naman din yung
Exactly, di ba? He's trying to emulate yung way of...
Yung spirit of FPJ.
Yung spirit of movie making ni FPJ.
The classic action talaga.
Yes. Pero dito sa Incognito, first episode pa lang yung ini-introduce sila yung what they do. Oh God, yung kay...
Yung montage
na yun. Yung montage na yun, yung kay JB, yung kay Richard Gutierrez.
Yes.
Alam mo yung meme na yung si DiCaprio sa Django Unchained.
Wow.
Yung first you had my curiosity.
Now you have my attention.
Yun yung, dun sa moment na yung parang, curiosity. Parang, okay. Pero nung yung yung kay Daniel na, yun doon sa train. Na yun, daw.
Wow, Shang-Chi.
Oo.
Yun na, isip ko din di ba?
Yung parang, yung kaya pala natin gumawa ng
gano'n. Or bumubullet train.
Parang gano'n. Oo. Na parang, oh my God, kaya pala natin gumawa ng gano'n.
If you haven't seen that movie, you should watch it. Sa mga action fans
dyan. Bullet train? I mean, if you're an action fan, what are you doing? Why haven't you seen it yet? Pero, dito sa Incognito, I mean, the action, top-notch. I am pretty sure na if people will watch this, they will knock a few points, kumbaga, dito sa palabas na to, kapag nag-dialogue na, kapag naging story proper na siya.
Well, it's still Filipino. It's gonna be cheesy AF.
Yun.
Parang expected na yun eh. Pero you also have to consider yung mass appeal pa din. Nasa, ano pa rin to eh, nasa national TV, kumbaga.
Yes.
So parang dinatry pa rin nilang itap yung mga fans din ng Provinciano, yung mga fans din ng Batang Quiapo. Yes. So yun yung hinahabol nilang market.
That's true. And by no means am I saying that that's a negative. Actually, it adds to why I love this show. Kasi ano yung
the Filipino flavor.
The Filipino flavor is alive and intact in this show. We take the action, we take the skill of action choreography and
the choreography, yes.
Yun, even yung action cinematography. Hindi tayo yung parang yung isang channel na mag-shoot ng scenes na dito, tas dito.
Yung very simplistic.
Very simplistic na very sobrang lumang way ng Ito talagang ang daming
the camera was so dynamic.
Napaka-dynamic niya.
Oo.
Super.
Ang daming mga moving shots, moving camera effect na, alam mo yung hindi siya yung static na lagi na lang parang, yung, alam mo yun, yung typical, yung typical na nakikita natin sa mga teleserye, na parang it actually takes it a level higher.
Alam kong, hindi naman sa pinagtatawanan natin, or pinagtatawanan mo, pero parang nung unang,
hindi ba?
Hindi, ikaw hindi Ako hindi. Talagang, okay, let's give this a chance. Pero ikaw kasi parang medyo ka pa nakagano ka pa. Sige. Pero yung...
Nagaano ako ng beard.
yung until yung part na nirescue ni JB yung bata, yung intro niya, alam ko yung exact moment na nag-sold ka dun sa palabas eh. Kasi di ba usually sa Hollywood, may ginagamit silang camera style. Lalo na yung pag yung parang chino-chokeslam sa lamesa. Yung mga kalaban, na ang ginagawa ng camera, yung biglang sumusunod dun sa katawan nung chino-chokeslam.
Sa motion.
Yung boom, ganun bigla. Tapos nung...
Very John Wick.
Yun. Pag ganun niya, ikaw biglang parang, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Ang galing.
You had me at, whoa.
And yun na nga even the acting is, I mean, it's not gonna be for everybody. I accept that. Pero ako personally, it makes me appreciative of how great our local actors are. Case in point, si Art Acuña. As si, si Timur Escalera.
Mga Escalera talaga.
Sabi ko lang, gusto ko yun. Napaka-Pilipino noon na, Diyos ko, wala pa ata tayong dalawa. Escalera na yung last name ng lahat ng mga kalaban sa action
diba? Kapag sindikato talaga, yung mga evil rich na mga villain, laging Escalera.
Yung mga boss ni Paquito Diaz or ni Max Alvarado. Yung nagtatrabaho para sa mga Escalera.
Tayo dito, no?
Oh God, no. Walang pakialam. Yung ganon na we saw him last in An Errand. Actually, we even saw him in The Kingdom. Na parang
he was there.
Siya yung isa sa mga general ni Vic Soto na si King, si Lacan.
Oo nga
diba?
pala, no? Pero, I love that he can do, ends of the spectrum.
Kaya niyang yung sobrang muted, sobrang talagang no acting. Talagang mata-mata.
Yung Cinemalaya acting.
Yes, yun. Yeah. Cinemalaya acting. Pero dito, kita mo na parang china-channel niya sa akin, si Tuco Salamanca. Sa Breaking Bad.
Ako parang Hector yung nakikita ko eh. If Hector is not, catatonic.
Parang aantayin ko na lang bigla to si Art magsisigaw na siya bigla.
Nagbebel-bel siya ng ganyan.
Pwede ganun. Or sigaw na lang siya bigla na, tight. Siya magagat mo bigla.
nga, no? Very Tuco. He's very Salamanca. He's not Escalera. Hindi. That's Breaking Bad reference for everybody.
Isang bibigyan ko ng props na sobrang entertaining AF is si Dino Imperial. AKA Childman.
Hey! Shout out to Childman!
Woo! Church of Childman. Woo! Yung character niya si Diamond siya, di ba? Yung sa magpipinsan.
Yeah.
Yan. By the way pala, yun nakakatawa, di ba? Yung writing din na yung apat na parang bata na nagko-control or nagpapatakbo nung evil empire
ng Escaleras
is si
Jane De Leon.
Si Jane De Leon, si Hart. Tapos si Clover, si Ryan Eigenman. Tapos si Spade, si Elijah Canlas. And then si Diamond, yun nga, si Dino Imperial. He's fantastic.
Scene stealer siya dito.
Scene stealer talaga. Alam mo yung...
It's giving talagang, alam mo yung Hollywood na weekly TV show. Ganong klaseng mga characters.
Or even na lang yung world building. Yung acting ng parang world building ng John Wick. Yung ganon. Na, napaka-lived in nung mundo na to dahil dun sa acting ng mga characters in this story. Hindi siya yung evil stereotype. Hindi. Merong kanya-kanyang personalities tong mga characters that we have. And siguro sabihin natin na, if I may, sana, I would have loved a bit more personality from our heroes.
Kasi mas may personality yung mga nasa villain side eh. Yung mga Escalera eh. So, I think it's yet to be seen. Siguro. Kaya parang fini-flesh out sila isa-isa. Kumbaga, Orange is the New Black style. Kanya-kanya silang backstories per episode. Pero, I wish they would do it like that.
Pero may isang part ng ating merry band of misfits na nag-super stand out din. And that's Anthony Jennings.
Siya naman yung parang Dino Imperial nitong hero side.
Nung mga heroes natin, si Tomas.
Yeah, I love him.
He actually reminds me of a young Jano Gibbs. In
Oo
acting, in comedic timing, even yung sa mukha.
Facial expressions lang, no?
Oo.
He has a natural charisma.
Tatandaan ko yung sinabi mo while watching that, na banggit mo na yung lumabas na Penduko last year, nung 49th na MMFF.
2023. Yes.
Sana siya na lang si Penduko.
Oo nga.
Si
Mas
Anthony.
bagay sa kanya yung ganong energy, yung parang bugoy na tisoy.
Oo. I mean, di ba, yung lahat naman ng Pedro Penduko, puro naman tisoy.
Tisoy, oo.
So, at saka hindi lang basta tisoy. English name na tisoy. Lahat
Sino
ng
pa nga
Pedro. Si Jano Gibbs. Tapos si Matt Evans.
Ayun nga, no?
Di ba? Sana si Anthony Jennings na lang.
Very Matt Evans yung energy niya.
Oo, di ba?
Giving that vibe.
Napaka-ganun yung vibe niya na siya yung, so far, I mean, we've only watched 7 episodes as of the recording.
Yeah.
Na he gives life to the yung group of
siya yung
heroes.
Source of levity.
Siya levity, comic relief, pero hindi siya yung OA na parang nakasanayan natin from before na mga Tagalog na mga stuff.
Yung patawa lang, yung parang mga sidekick na he is not a sidekick in this. Parang
he's competent.
A character on his own.
Oo. At saka even yung very, very short moment na binigay to parang give him a backstory, effective yung acting niya dun. Kasama niya si Sir Bembol Rocco. Yung short scene nila nun.
So far siya pa lang yung parang may solid na backstory. Him and Daniel Padilla.
Him and Daniel, yes. Yung backstory ni JB, ni Richard Gutierrez is still being fleshed out. Masabi ko na,
si Kyla wala pa.
Si Kyla wala pa. Pero ang kanyang peg is pa siyang Lisbeth Salander.
Yes. That's what we said.
Diba?
Yeah.
Parang Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Yung hacker na eccentric, antisocial girl. Yeah.
And ito, hindi ko alam kung intentional to. Masabi ko lang. Yung character ni Baron Geisler, yung si Doc Miguel.
Yeah.
Na yung kanilang sniper din. He actually reminds me of, this is not a character in another show, pero more lang yung parang archetype nung parang ganong klaseng character niya. Parang siyang yung sniper sa Team Fortress 2. Sorry. Maisingit ko lang. Parang kasi siyang ganon. Parang yung tipong yung akala mo yung seryoso na parang upstanding. Tapos pala, loko-loko. Tapos galing in marksman talaga.
Ako naman ang naisip ko sa kanya si American Sniper. Si
Bradley
Cooper, yes.
Okay.
Yun yung parang mas peg na nakukuha ko, na parang troubled soul. Pero pagdating sa profession niya, talagang he always parang shows up.
Yes.
And gives 150%.
Oo. At saka siya din nagbibigay ng advice sa ating mga heroes. Especially kay Daniel kasi yung character niya si Andres sobrang headstrong. Yan. Sige, I guess we can just wrap this up sa Incognito. Any last final thoughts about it before we give our rating?
I'm excited to see what happens next. And I'm excited for it to surpass my expectations.
Same.
Hopefully.
Sana.
Kasi hindi pa rin lumalabas si Maris Racal, di ba?
Pero
nasa main cast siya.
Yun, oo. Pero doon sa trailers nung show, parang ang peg ng inano niya, parang siya yung parang Harley Quinn nila. Kung
parang
Suicide Squad.
grifter siya, gano'n.
Oo, parang gano'n. Siya yung femme fatale.
Yun nga iniisip ko, parang leverage.
Yun. Leverage. Hindi siya, parang siyang leverage.
Hindi kasi yung operation kasi nila is very SWAT. Pero yung dynamic nila is very leveraged.
That's
so,
true.
Another great show you should check out, Cinegeeks.
Ako naman, I'm just loving what I'm seeing so far. And siya?
Promising.
Nakakatawa kasi, last year, nung nagsimula actually nung nung nag-Cinegeeks tayo nag-start, na sinabi ko sa sarili ko na, I'm gonna give Filipino movies a chance. And I'm so happy I did because, if I may, Filipino movies are much better than international stuff right now. Ngayon, 2025, bigyan ko ng chance naman, Filipino ng mga series.
Are you talking about, Emilia Perez?
Oh my God. Let's not talk about that. Please.
We don't talk about Emilia.
Ay, nako. Yun. So far, ang rating natin for this is A-. Okay? Simply because we know that this can only improve from here. Talaga. Ang ganda na nung entrada.
Yes.
Itong palabas na to. And we are 100% confident that this will get much better as the show goes along.
Yeah. And special mention pala to Bel Mariano. She's fantastic.
Ay, speaking of Bel Mariano, kahit si ano din, si Raymond Bagaching din.
Oh, yeah.
Ang galing nila.
Yeah. Actually, lahat. Oo.
Ang galing nila lahat.
They really stepped up talaga naman.
Super. Galing. Anyway, ayan. Sige, so that's an A- for Incognito. Okay, here we go.
Ito na.
Ang pinakahihintay, feeling ko. Wow.
Charot.
Ang feeling ko pinakahihintay ng lahat na nag-click dito sa episode na to or nag-tune in sa Spotify or kahit yung 15 nakikinig sa Apple Podcast. Hello sa inyo. Ito na, let's go ahead and talk about 10 utos kay Josh. Okay, so, as of the time of recording, this episode, wala pang logline sa IMDb. Okay? So, tatanungin kita, Ange, ano sa palagay mo yung summary ng 10 utos kay Josh?
Ako gagawa ng logline?
Oo, sige.
Ito meron.
Meron ba?
Oo.
Hindi man
Ito,
logline yun, isang
babasahin
buong
ko.
ano yun eh. Isang buong article yun eh.
Sige.
Ayun. Sige, go.
When a string of bad luck hits, a devout follower of the 10 Commandments gets rogue to challenge the heavens.
Siyon. Ba't nga ba wala sa IMDb? Hindi pa nila na-update. Anyway, 10 utos kay Josh. Admittedly, one of the films that we are most excited to see. Kaya, alam mo, hindi ko na masabi na pag January,
January dump siya.
tapunan siya ng mga sining, hindi eh.
Parang reject ng, ng film festival or ng Christmas season.
Oo, kasi tinan mo, meron tayong Sonic. Tapos nagkaroon tayo ng Paddington. Kahit nga Wolfman, Companion, ganun.
Companion was very good.
Oo.
If you haven't seen our review, just watch our episode.
Nililink ko dito yung Companion.
Yes.
Anyway, 10 utos kay
Real
Josh.
Pain, di ba?
Real Pain.
Oo.
Pero lumabas na yung last year eh. So, ngayon
Okay.
pa sa atin yung una. Yun. Sige, eto na.
Okay.
Baka ma-discarril pa tayo.
Okay.
10 utos kay Josh. Written by the late Sherwin Buenvenida.
Yes.
Directed by Marius Talampas. Previously of Ang Pangarap Kong Hold Up. And a fixture of some advertisements you may know from the Gigil ad agency like
RC Cola.
yung RC Cola na yung may yung
Baso sa likod.
Tapos yung sinanay na yung RC yung ulo.
Sobrang bizarro talaga nun. I love it so much.
Yes. Chef's kiss. Marius, you're the best.
Yeah. Doon pa lang big fan na ako.
Di ba? Oo eh.
Sobrang intriguing ng mga ideas niya.
That's true. And of course, Gerald Napoles. One of our premier actors.
And comedians.
And comedian. And Pepe Herrera. Sorry, ilampin ko na siya doon.
Yes.
Two of our premier actors and comedians. And of course,
singers. Theater actors.
Sige, singers
Yes.
din. Forgot. Oo nga pala. And of course, the one and only, the Cool Pals.
Yes.
Mga Lodi Cakes. Yes, Lodi.
Pepe.
Bye-bye. So, baka maantay, baka ma-copyright strike tayo.
No, sorry, Nonong.
Love you, Cool Pals. Okay, what did you think of 10 utos kay Josh?
Oh my God, where
Sige
to
na.
start?
Simulan na natin to. What did you think?
I'm just a big fan of, yung edgy, sobrang borderline offensive humor that really, wants to challenge the norm and really put out a message, a clear and brave message to society. It's so hard to say anything without spoiling it.
Yes.
Pero I love how ballsy the movie is on its statement. Prinsipyo in general. Kumbaga, what does it really mean to be a good person, to be a religious person, to be a spiritual person? It's so high concept actually. If you think about it.
It is. Kasi sabi mo kanina na yung grabing sobrang ballsy niya. Alam mo yung kanina nag-goosebumps ako. Kasi parang habang, we are by the way recording this after yung premiere, habang pinapanood natin siya kanina. Alam mo yung parang every moment that it just pushes and pushes and pushes and pushes and pushes some more the envelope. Alin talagang it literally doesn't know where to stop because it knows that it cannot stop until it gets to the meat of the message. nung sine. Talaga.
Talagang it did not hold back. It did not pull its punches.
Wala.
Sobra.
Talagang, especially, I mean, we would expect offensive humor, especially...
We're big fans of that,
naman. I mean, lumaki tayo sa mga Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg na mga sine.
It's
sanay
an
na tayo
acquired taste. I mean, I'm
true.
pretty sure madaming mga pearl clutchers dyan na sobrang easily offended na mga medyo snowflakey pagdating sa edgy humor. But, you know, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen, di ba?
Pero yung edginess niya isn't just for the sake of being edgy. It's to supplement the heart of the story. Kasi yun na nga we have Pepe, we have Gerald. If you've seen them in yung LOL, yung Laugh Out Loud na nasa Prime Video, you know that they're capable of talagang just making themselves look foolish isn't even enough to...
Buffoonery.
Hindi nga lang buffoon Parang talagang cringe. Cringe to offend, parang ganon.
Yes.
They will do that to elicit the laughs. Ganon silang klase, ganon sila ka-bold na actors.
And comedians. Yes.
Of course, our beloved Cool Pals, yung kanilang humor, sobrang yung tipong yung mga lasing sa kanto, yung ganong tawanan. Na tipong parang, we know that there are a lot of people who don't like that. And it's okay, it's fine. Kung talagang hindi mo kaya, di para sa'yo to. Pero kasi, ang ano ko lang is, they use that kind of humor that they employ so well. And use that to parang further this very, very deep story of what you said earlier, na parang, what does it mean to be a good person? Kasi, ang dami na nating napanood as Filipinos na mga morality tale.
Yes.
Puro sanitized.
Puro preachy din, di ba? Parang nangangaral, sinasabihan ka kung ano yung dapat na tama, ano yung dapat na mali.
True. Very, very minor spoiler lang. May linya dito na very, I guess, best encapsulates or how people will view this. Itong 10 utos na hindi lahat black and white.
Yeah.
Ang daming colors in between.
Yeah, there is the gray area.
Yes. Na ang kagandahan dito sa movie na to, it presents the gray area of being a good person. Yon, hindi siya yung parang
absolute.
Oo, hindi siya yung at saka hindi siya yung parang parang yung mga tipong sorry kung I will crap on them because I love them kasi pagkabata ko to, pero hindi siya parang Hiraya Manawari. Na parang sobrang parang pagkatapos ng episode, good boys and girls na tayong lahat.
Tsaka yung ang gininto ang aral ng ganito.
Yung mga, hindi siya parang Lola Basyang.
Yeah.
Hindi siya ganon.
Hindi siya fable.
This feels real.
Yeah.
This feels like everyday people are struggling with this very journey that Gerald's character, si Josh, what he goes through. Kasi
it's very relatable.
Very relatable.
Sobra.
And hindi pwedeng i-paint ang totoong buhay in black and white.
May magandang message na sinabi din dito Don't take everything too literally.
Yun din. Oo, tama. Sinabi din yun. Kasi, yun din pa to your point, don't take everything too literally. Ang isa pang gusto kong pinakita ng film dito is, wag yung puro perfunctory na lang. Yung parang sobrang robotic, monotonous na lang nung relationship mo to whatever deity, whatever religious deity you have. Be human enough to question what's happening. Kasi tao ka pa din. And
there is this thing called free will.
May free will. Oo. Binigyan tayo ng guidelines of morality. Pero, be kind enough to yourself to know na you're human and you will fail sometimes. Yon.
Don't just do it performatively.
Yon. Isa pa. Wag performative. Tama.
Kasi, yun nga when you're just doing good, just to be seen as good, and to reap the benefits of being good, yun yung parang medyo transactional Yes. Parang you're not being good because it's the right thing to do.
That's true.
You're just being good because you want something good in return. So parang yun yung medyo nuance din ng story I mean, it happens to a lot of us. And ang dami ding mga sobrang, they take the higher road just so they can look down on other people. Yung ganon.
Oo,
Na
marami.
parang, ang dami talagang kinu-call out nitong movie na to. That's why I really love it.
To that point, yung talagang the balls of this film just skewers everyone. Wala siyang pinapalagpas. Talaga. Kahit tayo na tuwan-tuwa about the jokes
Yeah.
and everything in the story, meron din mga parang lalo na dun sa may bandang dulo na talagang, oh my God. Okay, movie, you went there. Pero more credit heaped upon the movie, Gerald is still fantastic. Talagang isa siya sa mga premiadong aktor talaga natin.
In comedy and in drama.
Yes, oo. And also Pepe Herrera. Oh my God. I mean, even in the films na aren't, all that good, he manages to stand out.
And elevate the movie he's in.
What more itong mga ganito na parang sobra talagang ganda. Movie is all the more richer because of the performance of these two fine actors.
And also just to mention the Cool Pals, I'm a big fan. I'm saying this strictly about their acting performance. I have seen a lot of stand-up comics in Hollywood na kapag nilagay sila sa mga roles in movies, they don't have that same
presence.
Comedic timing and presence kasi nga it's a script, parang it's a story, they're not used to that. Pero walang eme. walang eme, Ruth. James and GB really stepped up na parang they've been doing this comedic roles for a long time. Parang I'm impressed with their acting. They were very natural about it. The comedic timing is still there. Kahit nasanay tayong mapanood sila ng stand-up, pero I want to see them in more comedy roles actually.
Yes, please.
Very impressive.
Sige, this is gonna be high praise. Sabihin na natin. Kasi patagal na natin itong napag-usapan before. And noon, pinag-usapan natin is parang, if this movie sticks the landing, this is gonna feel like ito sila. And I'm so happy that the movie stuck the landing and more. So I can finally say it na.
Okay.
Para silang Monty Python. Itong mga Cool Pals sila.
We have been discussing that for a long time. Di ba nga, ang sabi nga natin, ang parang, nung napanood natin yung trailer, na parang, is this gonna be Life of Brian? Parang ganon. Na parang merong crisis of faith, or parang, it's about religion, basically. So parang, Life of Brian, o kaya yung Book of Life.
Yung Meaning of Life.
Meaning of Life, sorry.
Yung ganon na, alam mong hindi lang sila basta komedyante. Yung sinabi mo kanina na magaling din silang umarte. And even yung even yung mga cameos nila ibang Cool Pals.
Yes.
My God. Yung lalo na yung
very Python-esque.
Yun, napaka-Python-esque nung yung biglang parang lalabas na lang yung mukha pa. Uy! Yun, ikaw. Yung parang pag nanonood ka parang nanonood ng Life of Brian na parang alam mong, okay, ito si ganyan, ito si Chapman yan, ito si John Cleese yan, yung ganun.
Yeah. And also I hope I'm not spoiling anything, pero ang dami rin yung mga gags that's reminiscent to Edgar Wright.
Ay, oo.
Edgar Wright films. So, I don't know, I'm not sure if that's one of the influences.
Influence ni Marius.
Oo.
Sige, let's talk about him na. Marius is
a visionary.
Genius.
Yes.
Talaga.
Yes.
The way he directs it, sabi mo nga, para siyang Edgar Wright. The way that he directs situations on top of situations. Yun na lang, sige. Yun na lang ang sasabihin natin para hindi ma-spoil.
Yeah.
Kasi kung sinusundan mo yung parang ganong klaseng style of filmmaking na it's not just the comedy in front, but it's all around the Miss Ansan.
Overall.
Yun. Makikita mo na parang, shit, parang Edgar Wright talaga.
Yes.
Hindi yung mga whip pan na gano'n. Hindi yung gano'n. Pero yung tipong composition, the way that he finds comedy in mundane situations. Diba? Na kahit din yung pag-direct niya ng actors, ang dami ditong mga, sabi ko, thespians
Wow.
Na hindi ko in-expect na magkakaroon ng outstanding comedic timing.
Acting a fool.
Oo. Hindi ko na sabihin. Makikita niyo kung sino sila. Pero, alam mo yung, parang silang yung, nare-remind ako na nasa Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
Yung meron dalawang egoy na katrabaho si Simon Pegg na police. Parang ganun yung nila. Ganun yung peg nilang dalawa. And you wouldn't expect that because from these actors na parang siyang sobrang respected,
Thespians.
With a capital T. Pero biglang doon actors. So, pero biglang parang wow, okay.
I love it.
One of the biggest laughs actually. Alam kong yung mga jokes will not hit everyone.
True.
Pero yung dun sa mga thespian, yung mga actors, yun yung one of the few universal jokes na lahat tumawa.
It's like casting Ian McKellen for something so silly. And let
Talaga.
me also give props to si Albi Casino, ha?
Ay, my God, Albi. My God,
Now,
Albi.
for somebody who
Yes.
hasn't done any comedy,
Jesus Christ, Albi.
I mean, so nakakatawa. Some of his lines were the funniest in the movie. Sobra. Breakout comedy star. So, yun.
Naalala ko na naman yung mga linya ni Albi.
It's giving, it's giving I am not Big Bird. Kapag ka siya.
I mean, okay, sige. Now that you mention it, this was produced by the company behind
Same
I Am
studio,
Not
yes.
Big Bird, same studio, Anima.
Mm-hmm.
And Anima, thank you. Thank you. At alam kong kinuwento to kasi nung podcast, yung inattenda natin, yung live recording ng
Cool Pals?
Cool Pals.
Yeah.
Sinabi ni Marius na this has been developing for so long. Given the subject matter, sobrang envelope pushing
Touchy.
niya. Touchy. Hindi mo akalain na talagang lalabas to. And,
Magi-green light siya.
Oo. And Anima, talagang, Anima, Studio Viva, even Viva Films, my God. Cine Arcade. Viva, thank you for putting your faith in this. Thank you for putting faith into this project. Kasi talagang we need movies like this now more than ever.
Taking us to the 21st century.
That is true.
In the subject matter of religion,
Ay,
spirituality,
my
it
God.
really pushes it forward.
I want to see this movie again.
I think we will.
Ay, my God. This is gonna play like gangbusters. I'm pretty sure. Okay. So, for 10 utos kay Josh, bigyan na natin ang ating joint rating. Isang
Drum roll.
sobrang solid na
Solid A! Yay!
Woo! Solid A.
Solid.
Oo. Bang klase. Alam mo yung
I was not expecting a Filipino movie to put out something like this, especially about religion. Bilib ako sa balls
tapang. Oo.
ni Marius and everybody who's involved in this movie.
Of course, the script by the late Sherwin Buenvenida.
Yes.
May he rest in peace. Sobrang
In heaven.
So, yes. Kay boss.
Yes.
Sobrang galing talaga. Baglase. Philippine cinema. More of this, please.
Amen.
So, that is our episode talking about Incognito and 10 Utos kay Josh.
Yes.
If you've seen either or both of them, please share with us what you thought about it. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know in the comment section below or sa post namin sa FB or sa IG or yung comment section ng episode na to sa Spotify.
And of course, don't forget to set your players to automatically download our new episodes so you don't miss out on our fun Cinegeek conversations. And while you're at it, baka naman, give us a 5-star rating on Spotify and Apple Podcasts if you had fun or learned something new during this episode.
Oh, or thumbs up on YouTube. Yes. We just want to again thank Viva Films for inviting us to see 10 Utos kay Josh during the red carpet premiere last January 27. Pero as always, here at the Cinegeeks Podcast, the studio and the distributor aren't given any creative control or editorial approval of the episode. They are hearing our review for the first time, same as you are.
Thank you for watching or listening to the Cinegeeks Podcast, where movies, TV, and all things geek collide.